Okay. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You've broken a statistic. Statistically speaking, people buy courses, but the majority of them don't even make it past the halfway point. That's just the reality. So the fact that you're committed to this, the fact that you're actually doing the work, right? You're being proactive, you're actually implementing everything is a kudos to your commitment. And sometimes when it feels like a lot, we're giving you a lot. This is like a real world MBA that we're trying to concisely communicate to you. But just think to your why, right? Think like visualize yourself traveling to Hawaii on President's Club, or being able to go to Paris or Berlin or Fiji and all these, or Bali, all these amazing things is possible if you commit to it. So if you are feeling kind of overwhelmed, like this is normal, it's okay. I know we're giving you a lot of information, but just letting you know that it's worth it. Just stay the path, trust the process, and you'll be all right. So today we're going to be talking about the science of being an SDR. It's funny because I would, being somewhat of a contrarian, I was always like, no, like SDR is being an art. And I would just like, and that was like the thing, the leg that I was trying to stand on. But the older I get, the more I realize, like, look, like you could write the world's best emails and you could be like the most masterful, like cold caller. But at the end of the day, you still need to put in the work, right? Luckily, because of all these tools now, Gong or Quora, so there's so many sales intelligence tools out there. It's instead of reinventing the wheel, what I typically do is I'll look at the data from the top reps and see what emails are getting the most responses, um, what's getting the most open rates, the click rates, right? So instead of like just trying to figure everything out on your own nowadays, especially if it's a more established organization such as Procore, you can really look at a lot of the data and just be smarter with your time. So what has worked for me is just being able to like A/B test and being able to look at the data to just be smarter, but be careful not to be over paralyzed in analysis paralysis. Because I do see some reps that are like way too much and they're trying to write the perfect email. It's like, dude, you still have to do a lot of A/B testing and trial and error. So don't be over analytical. Just be analytical enough to be smart, but at the end of the day, you still have to grind.
Yeah, I think two things really help propel my SDR career and help me get promoted to SDR team lead and then also SMBAE really, really fast. And those are one, understanding and reviewing top SDRs calls and seeing what's working, literally putting time on their calendar and walking through what works and just having those open conversations. And then two is convincing myself that it's a numbers game and that if I'm making more calls than the next person, I will book more meetings and do better on my quota. And so I think things for you to focus on in that first month, meet with top reps, understand their processes and understand what's working, make it your own. Don't reinvent the wheel, use their strategies. And then sure, there is a bit of an art to being an SDR, which we'll get into, but don't forget that volume, high activity is going to cure everything. The more people you talk to, the more of a chance you have of setting meetings. I always recommend taking that high volume approach, depending on your SDR specific role. Um, it's common sense, right? At the end of the day, the person doing the most work is going to have the best results. And I don't mean the person staying the longest in the office, just actually like if you take an hour, one rep might bang out 12 cold calls, one rep might bang out 30, right? Be the one that bangs out 30, then spend the rest of your day doing whatever you want. But I find that, when I was an SDR, high volume, trusting my manager, trusting people that are doing well, that was kind of the key to success for me.
Guys and gals, you have a gold mine here. Because of Gong, nowadays, like whoever has the highest like scores on the leaderboard, literally just like listen to their calls, like especially if it's like your first
Yeah.
couple months, like listen to their calls and you'll learn so much more, right? And don't be afraid to just ask, right? Like put 15, 30 minutes, do calling sessions with them, right? Because energy is contagious. So if you want to be very careful who you spend your energy with, because if you hang out with like losers, like people who are always bitching about, oh, my quota is so high, then you're really it's gonna affect you, right? But if you're hanging out with like people that are crushing it, their energies and like infectious, you're gonna crush it. So just be very mindful of that. That's something that I wish people taught me earlier on in my career.
Agreed. Yeah. Stay away from the energy suckers that are just like complaining all day. Misery loves company and people love to complain together. Don't don't do that. That's a quick recipe to like spiral into not being a good rep. And you see that at a lot of different sales companies and a lot of different industries. Um, I think the best thing you can do is surround yourself around winners. Those are going to be the people that are getting promoted, and those are going to be the people that you want to hang out with and start learning from.